You're watching West Hartford Community Television.
You're watching West Hartford Community Television.
You're watching West Hartford Community Television.
For the community, by the community.
Welcome to this episode of Reality Scoop. Today we're going to talk about natural alternatives for health and wellness. Each year, $4.5 trillion is spent on global healthcare every year. Are you feeling any better? Today, I have the lovely ladies of doTERRA Essential Oils here to talk about the oils and how they can help benefit with allergies, restless leg syndrome, and other ailments. This program is for informational and educational purposes only. This is not intended to cure, treat, or diagnose any disease. Please consult your physician for your specific case. Now, the biggest and fastest growing part of America's drug problem is prescription drug use. Today, I have the lovely Chelsea, I have Rachel and Kim here to talk about doTERRA Essential Oils. So I'm going to start with Rachel to talk about what are essential oils.
Well, Shonda, thank you for having us also. Essential oils are essentially the extract of a plant. So if you would zoom into like a mint leaf per se, there's little sacs of the essential oil or the extract of that plant, and that is what is in these lovely bottles.
Okay.
They use many different ways to distill them, to harvest them, to then produce these essential oils for us.
Okay, great. And so now we do have a 2-minute video that we'd like to show from Dr. Dave Steuer on how the essential oils work on killing bacteria.
Bacteria have the ability to change their genetic makeup over time for their own self-preservation. Bacteria have their own defensive mechanism. They produce something called a peptidoglycan layer. It's the equivalent of an M&M shell that's protecting the chocolate on the inside. Now, one of the other elements that bacteria are very, very good at making, and that is something called a biofilm. Biofilm is its own very goopy, slimy mess that it covers itself in. So what's now starting to happen is we are finding that once very useful antibacterial medications are no longer effective at all. What that means for us, we have to use stronger antibacterial medications. We have to use more potent antibacterial medications. That comes at a cost to our own bodies. Melaleuca has the ability to come in and start to modify that sludge and remove it so that the oregano can get to the bacteria. And in oregano, there's a product called carvacrol. Carvacrol will bind to that peptidoglycan and it punctures a little hole in there. Once that hole opens, you start to get a passing of ions back and forth. What that does to the bacteria is it allows it to lyse. It means burst open. And we've now accomplished something very dramatic, and that is by doing nothing more than using 2 simple little plant-based essential oils, you have created a very effective antibacterial solution.
So now I'm going to ask Rachel, how did you get involved with essential oils? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
I got introduced to essential oils through my sister, who lives in the West Coast, and as we know, trends come from, West Coast to East Coast. So she was so excited about these essential oils and was blowing up my phone and said, "You've got to get your hands on these." And I, again, being a little skeptic, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." So for my birthday, she sent me essential oils. And so they sat there for a little while, and after about a week, I was like, you know what? I might as well give them a try. So I thought of what if I could stop taking what medicine to help myself, what would it be? Well, I suffer from horrible allergies, where I was taking about 3 medicines a day, from Nasonex to Zyrtec to Claritin to whatever I could take. So as a side effect, I would have horrible bloody noses. I would feel groggy. You just don't feel good when you're taking those medicines, but you can breathe. So I looked in this book actually, and I looked in there and it talked about allergies, and it said to take 3 simple oils: lavender, lemon, and peppermint. So at that time you could buy these veggie caps, which are empty. So I would put 2 drops of each in these veggie caps, in 2 veggie caps, take them in the morning, and I did that in the morning and at night for about a week, and I was like, I'm fine.
Wow.
So it's now been about 18 months and I have not taken any medicine.
Wow, that is
Other
amazing.
than that.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that, Rachel. And we're going to talk a little bit more about your story and all the weight loss. I want to talk about that as well later on. But now we're going to talk a little bit with Kim and how the essential oils actually work using aromatherapy. And I'd like to also point out how these oils are non-greasy. That's the one thing that I really like about them. Can you just put a little drop on and show?
Sure. Would you like to try it?
Yeah, I would.
I'll just pass that.
Now this one is what?
This is
lavender?
lavender.
And this is actually what we have in the diffuser now.
Correct.
As you can see. Can you tell us a little bit about this diffuser and how it works and what aromatherapy actually does?
Well, there's quite a science to aromatherapy, and they're making more discoveries about the power of aromatherapy. A diffuser here is just one way that you can get the therapeutic benefit of these essential oils.
Right.
So this is called our pedal diffuser, and it's just it's very user-friendly, simple, 3 pieces: the cover, the base, which is very stable, and the cord.
Nice.
And you would just fill up the diffuser with water up to this little red spot here.
Okay.
And then you can use 1, 2, 3, a combination of oils. You just drop about 4 to 6 drops total.
Of each? Oh,
no, total.
Okay.
If you need more, you can always do more. You're not going to, overdose from the. So you would fill it up, just put the cover on, plug it in, and they have a nice setting here. There's a 1 hour, 2 hour, or 4 hour setting.
Okay.
So you can modify it and customize it for you. And there's also a night light. So it has a nice soft ambient night light.
That's great for kids.
Nighttime. And then this particular diffuser is about a 330 square foot coverage in the room. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So.
Okay. So what would you say to people who have allergies?
Well,
and specific smells.
And specific, with a specific plant, say.
Yes.
Okay. The essential oils are very multifaceted. So I'll give you an example. If you have anxiety.
Okay.
And we would say, lavender immediately is a great oil for anxiety. But if you're adverse to anxiety, there are so many other oils you could choose from. Okay. So you could choose wild orange, you could use lemon, there's other options. So it's just a matter of customizing it to you and knowing who you are.
Right.
Because all of these oils are really about empowering you to learn what works for you.
For you, yes, exactly. And so can you tell me a little bit about your story and about the anxiety that you, I believe one of your family members had anxiety and the diffuser kind of helped.
Oh yes,
with
very
that.
much so. Well, Rachel introduced me to the oils. She was so excited about what she was seeing in her family and herself that she shared them with me. I didn't know the power of essential oils even existed until she showed them to me and told me, but you don't know until you try them for yourself personally.
Exactly.
So I had some good benefits for myself, but my son suffers with anxiety, a lot of test anxiety. So in different ways, you can use the oils aromatically. You can use the diffuser, or you can use just smelling them right out of the bottle. So when he would have test anxiety, I would send him to school with a bottle of lavender, which would calm him, and peppermint, which would give him focus. And that would help a lot. And then at night, he would diffuse those oils to help him sleep, or just to kind of keep that continuum of calm.
And how old is he?
He's 19.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So what did he state that the benefits, he could feel the benefits, was it immediate for him?
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Especially with the test anxiety, which he had suffered. You know, we really discovered these in his senior year. And
wow.
he has had test anxiety through his whole educational period.
Okay.
So
Now, did it affect his scores at all?
Yes.
Did his scores improve?
yes.
Very good.
Yeah, just because of the focus and the calm, trying to just get him to focus on the task at hand.
Okay. Nice. Thank you. So now we're going to talk to Chelsea here, and she's going to talk about how to use doTERRA topically on the skin. And you have a great story about how your dad had restless leg syndrome, and these oils actually changed his life. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my dad suffers from restless leg. Also has sleep apnea. So he was just, at a loss. He had other medications, and his restless leg syndrome medicine was actually causing an issue with those other medications. So we found a blend for him. We were able to look it up again in this book, a massage blend called Aroma Touch. And
let's just cut to the book really quick. This is the Essential Life Guide about how to
it breaks down
oils.
every oil.
Yeah.
So all we had to do was look up restless leg syndrome. Found the oil that I had and suited the issue probably the best. And he rubs it on his legs every night before he goes to bed. And he's actually no longer taking that restless leg medicine anymore.
Wow, good for him.
So it's been really amazing. No grogginess the next day.
Nice.
Really awesome.
Now, I just want to say again that this is not a treatment to cure any disease that you may have, but always consult your physician, okay? And so how else do you use the essential oils?
Well, certain oils are what we consider hot oils. So we do actually mix it with the fractionated coconut oil.
Okay.
It just kind of, makes it a little bit easier to use on children as well because it dilutes it a little bit.
Okay.
But there are many oils that you can put directly on your skin. I actually struggled with jawline acne for a while, and when I first started using the oils, frankincense and melaleuca actually were the two that I would, layer on top of each other, and it really just helped my skin not be so clogged with products, just trying to get rid of it, and then eventually it just started going away naturally.
Because you have great skin.
Oh,
you
thank
have
you.
great skin. And I just want to also point out, I rubbed the topical ointment, the lavender, on my hand, and as you can see, I didn't really have to do much rubbing. It's gone. It's non-greasy. So I just want to point that out as well. So let's talk about some points of placing the oil. I heard that you can also place it on the feet. It's very porous.
Yes. It's actually the most porous part of your body. And it's similar to your idea with reflexology, where, the bottom of your feet, it really, you can put it all over your foot and it'll go to where it needs in the body and just help whatever you're struggling with. You can also put it on your pulse points, on your chest, on the back of your neck. I mean, really, you can put them pretty much almost anywhere and they would do something beneficial for you.
Okay, nice. So, let's see. Well, doTERRA, I definitely see the benefits, how it can help anyone and everyone. It's really good for children. And is there an age limit that, children can use this product? I mean, is it for 5 and above, or can you use it on, children topically if you need to?
You can use, the nice thing is that you can, You can look it up on the doTERRA website, and it actually will give you a chart. You can start them as infants.
Okay.
That's why they suggest you use a carrier oil
Yeah.
because again, you know, it's a child. They're obviously more sensitive. Less is more, and because of the pureness of these oils, again, less is more.
Right.
So you just start with a carrier oil. There are, I mean, I've used them on as young as, you know, 6-month-olds. And there are some that I have used straight out of the bottle, like lavender on their little feet.
Oh, wow.
And they were fine. There's one, you know, like Breathe, I would use a carrier oil, you know, some of the stronger ones. But again, I would start with a carrier on an infant, and then you kind of, you know, feel it out.
Nice. So we have laid out here, these are the most popular of the oils, 10 essential oils. Can you just go through maybe a few of them and just talk about what each one, what the benefits are for each one of the oils? Either one of you, either.
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay.
The Deep Blue is a great blend, and it also comes in a rub. Great for inflammation, fibromyalgia, arthritis pain, athletes that have sore muscles, tendons, tendinitis. Really great. Breathe is for opening up those respiratory, you know, if you're suffering with a cold, if you have asthma, allergies, that's a great, it's also a blend. And then Digest Zen, one of my favorites. I suffer from a lot of digestive issues, and this has been wonderful topically with just belly aches or, you know, any kind of digestive issues.
Yeah.
And they also come in gel cabs. Then frankincense, a great story for frankincense. Rachel's son suffered a very severe concussion. He was diagnosed with major depression disorder as a result and serotonin disorder. The diagnosis for him was about 2 years recovery.
Wow.
And she applied frankincense to the back of his neck, diffused it in his room at night. His recovery period was 6 months.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and we can only attribute it to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our favorite, I think everybody knows about lavender.
Yeah.
Wonderful
and this,
calming
actually,
agent.
it's very, it's a soft scent.
Yes.
And I like it a lot. I mean, it's not overpowering, and it's diluted. A lot of these fragrances you can dilute. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing about lavender, everybody just thinks it's a beautiful aroma.
Yeah.
But there are like 50 uses to
Wow.
lavender. So when we talk about multifaceted, it doesn't just calm you. It will help with your skin. There's so many uses to lavender. So
You
it's
can
a
even
great
use it on your
introduction.
dog as well.
Oh, wow.
Use it on your
Wow.
pets.
Yep, rub it on your hands, rub it
Wow.
along their coat. I know my dog gets really bad anxiety, and we rub it on his coat, and he just calms right down.
And that should be really something for all the dog lovers that are here in West Hartford. So take note. I'm a cat person, personally. Anything for
I've
cats?
used it on my cat.
Oh, really?
I have. Yep.
Oh, okay,
Me
good.
too.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
But I know that there are some smells that animals don't like.
Melaleuca definitely is one you want
Melaleuca.
to stay away from,
Okay.
for cats especially.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
But yeah, and then we'll go over to this lemon. Lemon is good for lots of things. I mean, it helps. Most of the citruses are good to flush your body of toxins and fats and stuff.
Cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning. You can clean with it. It
Yes.
purifies the air.
Right.
there's-
Allergies.
Yeah, allergies.
Allergies, yeah.
Again, there's about 50 plus uses to lemon.
And this is definitely the season where allergies are very high
Yes.
pollen count.
Yes.
But with the citrus, you have a very interesting story. I love the story of time to tell it. It's with the weight loss, and just tell us a little bit about how that helped you.
Well, as I told you before, I started with treating my allergies because that was my one thing that I was like, I can't handle this anymore. So I started with my allergies, and because I was cleaning up my system, I wasn't taking pharmaceutical medicines anymore, and I was really like living clean, I guess is the word. So I also started drinking grapefruit oil, which is another citrus. And a lot of you have heard, I'm sure, of the grapefruit diet from I forget when, where it like flush you, because these citruses they flush your body, they detox your body. So eliminating medicines and then started taking natural things, my body was detoxing with the help of this. And as a side effect of the detox and of my body starting to be able to function normally, because I didn't have all these fillers, I lost 30 pounds, not doing anything. I mean, the only thing I changed was I stopped taking allergy medicine and started using oils.
Very nice.
And I was like, this is a fabulous side effect.
It is. It is.
And then Melaleuca. A lot of people know Melaleuca as tea tree oil.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Again, tons of uses. My kids have grown up using Melaleuca oil on mosquito bites. I mean, anything that had a rash, we're like, slap some Melaleuca on it. Infections. As you saw in that video, Melaleuca is really good at helping with the bacteria.
Yes.
All sorts of, there's tons of uses. I love the smell of it.
Melaleuca, it has antifungal properties.
Yes.
That's what makes it so powerful and effective.
Absolutely. Because I have a house full of 5 boys, including my husband, so 4 and one man. They all, they're athletes. They constantly have some sort of foot something, and I just mix Melaleuca up with coconut oil, like the cooking, the paste, and they put it on their feet every day, and they don't have a problem with their feet, which is great. But then we can move on to On Guard. On Guard is the protective blend. This is one that is made up of a couple different oils. It's a blend, and I diffuse it it kills airborne bacteria. I put it on the bottoms of my kids' feet when they're sick, and usually they're shortened down to like a day of being sick.
Okay.
I love it. You can use it on your hand, like as a drop, as a hand sanitizer. Oregano, again, you saw that in the video. Oregano is an antibacterial. It can destroy bacteria.
Wow.
It's very strong.
And it's good for sauce, so
yes,
if you're making
you can
that.
Cook with it. And that is the good thing about these essential oils. You can put them in your food.
Yeah.
You can cook with them. But oregano kills bacteria. Again, many uses to oregano. Again, it's going to smell like oregano, but you can put it on, if you had an infection, like a cut, you could put it on there diluted because it is a hot oil. Okay. And then peppermint. Peppermint, again, another 50 uses for it. It can wake people, it's like, people that don't drink coffee, breathe in some peppermint in the morning. It'll wake you up, invigorate you. Headaches, yes. My friend used to take migraine medicine. She uses peppermint, and it helps for that. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, again, 50 uses for peppermint.
Yeah. And it would help also with antidepressants or antidepressants because, that's one of the fastest growing things in America today, the overuse of antidepressant medication. So these oils are just fabulous. I have my own personal story is that I heard about doTERRA from my hydrotherapist, who actually would just rub them on my stomach while I was getting my colon cleansed. So I just noticed that I was more energized, just felt more at ease. She probably used lavender, who knows? But that's just my personal story, and also the deep blue, using the deep blue. Deep blue it's great. But I must tell you that even though these bottles are small, these oils are very concentrated, and you only need just a drop of really to get the effects.
And there's about 250 drops in these in a 15 milliliter bottle. So 250 uses, which is great.
And they're so potent that, like we've said, you need a couple of drops. You don't need a whole handful. They're just that powerful.
So there's something here for everyone. Just want to point that out. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to Reality Scoop. And we're going to also have the information available where you can contact any of these ladies here from doTERRA. And if you want to also go to our page, I'm also on Twitter at DivaShondaD. And are you on Twitter?
I'm not, but I am on Instagram.
Okay.
So Instagram and Facebook. And
And what's your tagline on Instagram?
Instagram is Live Breathe Oils, no spaces.
Okay.
I post wonderful information and tips and, stories of success with oils. So.
Wonderful. And we'll also have the email available if you have any questions. If you need to contact me, my email is realityscoop1@gmail.com. And again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.